think I pushed the button already. I did. Yep.
I'm still just eating these pumpkin seeds. Sorry. Freshly roasted pumpkin seeds from Halloween.
Freshly roasted podcast. Oh.
All right. Roast the shit out of you guys. Not you guys. Just Jason. You guys are here for that. Welcome back, everybody. This is BG.
Woo! And this is JT.
And you're listening to the We Can't Pick a Title podcast.
Yay! We got it.
We did it. You did it. You're here.
Yay.
Welcome back. Proud
Welcome
of you guys for making it back again.
All the pickers and packers out there.
Like, what do you mean pickers?
Oh, I don't know. I just, pickers of
We picked
fine
the podcast?
podcasts.
Sorry, Chris. I didn't make my microphone shield there.
We didn't construct. Ooh, microphone shield sounds way better than spit screen.
A spit screen. With so much spit on here. It's really hard to not eat more of these pumpkins. I'm just going to put them back a little bit because I don't want to be too crunchy. I mean, I do want to be crunchy, but I don't want to be like,
Like crunchy, like a good way, like
granola.
Real
Like caring for the planet.
Yeah, that's what they mean when
And
they say
wearing
crunchy.
natural fibers.
Yeah, that chick is real
I
crunchy.
think this Carhartt shirt's natural fibers.
It definitely looks natural. It's not supernatural.
It's bright. Well, it's orange, you guys. I look like a pumpkin myself. It's my pumpkin shirt. I wanted a long sleeve shirt, and I was like, all right. They had these Carhartt ones on sale. Mark's Work Warehouse last year. Anyways, that's what I'm wearing. Jason, what do you got on today?
I have a red shirt.
Good boy.
Red t-shirt.
Solid
red.
So many details he's given.
You know me and my keen fashion sense. I like to keep it either, solid red, solid blue.
Or solid gold.
Solid gold. Actually, is that more of a goldenrod, that shirt that I have, the yellow one?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Solid goldenrod.
What?
I don't know. I'm not going anywhere with
Who's
that.
Rod? Why am I is he our guest today?
Yeah.
Do we have a guest? Wait.
Oh, do we? No.
Do we? No.
Don't fake people out like that.
Scared me.
They'll get all like, ooh, they got a guest finally. I wonder who it could be.
We could do voices.
Oh, there you go. Rod. Hot Rod.
I might have to practice up, you guys.
I can do Hot Rod. My name's Rod. I like to party.
I also like to party.
You don't party. Only I party.
I party.
I'm Rod. I party. I'm the stunt man. I like to party. Anybody else watch that movie, Hot Rod, out there? The Andy Samberg, Danny McBride, Bill Hader, Jorma Taccone.
It's a great show.
Yeah, that's, what's the other guy?
Who's the dad?
The stepdad, Ian McShane.
That's what it is.
He's awesome. The Swedgen cocksucker. Swedgen from Deadwood.
I loved him in Deadwood.
Or Justified, one of the others. I can't remember.
Is he in that one also?
Yeah, that's the other Timothy Oliphant one. And,
sucker for some Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, he loves me, Oliphants.
Yeah, too bad they don't have that show with, what was it?
Drew Barrymore.
The
Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh
yeah,
my
that was such
God,
a great,
you guys,
great
that
show.
one was so good. I was pretty bummed out when they weren't doing that one anymore. Got to cough lots while I'm talking, Jason?
I held it off.
You did.
Tried
you
to.
did. We edited it out. You guys didn't even hear that. It was like just donkeys braying and a seal barking in the background. Eagles are chirping because they're like, oh, I hear food being made. Something's dying. Get them!
Beep, beep, beep. More construction noises.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
That was an excellent jackhammer noise there.
I was trying to do a machine gun, but that's okay.
Same thing.
Sounds the same.
Yeah, for sure.
When they're coming at you.
When you're on the battlefield, You don't really have time to assess when you're on the battlefield,
Yeah.
Is it a jackhammer or a machine gun? Either way, they're great porn names. Yeah.
Are they?
I assume gay porn names.
Yeah, maybe.
Speaking of gay porn,
Speaking.
how's your American Horror Story?
Oh, it's delightful.
Not that it has to do with anything with porn necessarily yet, but
Well, they did make a porn reference that they are shooting photos and that it's not a porn studio.
right.
Yeah.
The photography is more art
Yeah.
than porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I follow a few fan pages on Facebook, and so there's been like mixed reviews, of course, because there's people that like things and people that don't like things, and they equally want to tell everybody all about it. So
it's usually the people that don't like things that are very aggressively like to talk about how much they don't like things.
how much they haven't liked the last 16 seasons. I'm like, well, you don't have to watch it, right? You could just like watch a different show.
You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't even have to watch American Horror Story. It's good. Supposedly it's like the creator, is it Ryan Murphy?
Ryan Murphy, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Murphy. Supposedly it's like he was around in the 80s when the AIDS epidemic was going on, and so it's kind of like his sort of pet project out of all of the horror stories. He's like, this one's something that he's like really excited to make, but I don't know.
It seems like they're not really, like, to me it's not really scary, but I think because they're not really picking a villain per se. I mean, they have one or two in there, but it's like, I think they're trying to make like the scenario itself, the villain, the scary part is just, you could have just disappeared at any time.
Yeah, just
you know, the scenario of the whole thing.
Yeah, people were still trying to hide what was going on because society wasn't cool yet. I don't know if society's cool yet.
Super cool now.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's getting better. Yeah. I like that I didn't feel uncomfortable watching it, and my ego was like, good girl, Bobby, for not being all weirded out by a bunch of gay people kissing and gay people, like embracing each other and having like intimate moments. And growing up, it was something that was like, oh, what's happening over there? And then you're like, well, you can't like not look because you just never see it. And now it's so mainstream that it's, for me, it wasn't affecting me as like a seeing specific genders, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I still like it when two girls kiss, so can't say anything,
Yeah. You're not freaked out?
I'm definitely going to, no, definitely not freaked out.
Okay.
By it,
but were you
sort of
freaked
the opposite,
out growing up, or have you found that did you ever feel uncomfortable seeing gay stuff going on movies or whatever growing up, or in the real world?
No, that was never.
That's awesome.
No, I was always sort of. I don't know. I guess maybe there's people that listen that I grew up with that might differ, but I don't think so. Like I was never a bully like that or anything. And we played pranks. I remember we duct tape a kid to a picnic table one time, but it wasn't because he was anything different or anything. He was there, and we had duct tape, I think. And then me and the other guy, I think we went and cut him out of there. Uncut him. Jesus.
Wow.
Cut him out of there and stuff. I think we went back. And I think felt bad probably for the most part, but
so.
Yeah, I don't know. And like, for me, I don't really find it uncomfortable. I'm just not into the S&M and leather side of it. I don't like black leather anyways. I was just having this conversation about motorbike riding and
true.
Riding equipment and stuff. I've never really been into black leather. And I see somebody, I'm not like, oh, the Fonz is so cool because of the black leather. No, he's cool because he's got confidence in himself, or whatever you want to say, and
I like black leather.
Do you? Oh yeah. Oh, it's good. I'm learning a lot here now. All right. And like whips and chains and
I don't know
all of that.
Maybe I guess in a safe environment. Yep. I did get that when we first started dating. We went into like one of the film festivals, or getting ready for one of the film festivals or something for you guys' movie, The Corrupted, when it came out. And we stopped at like a sex shop. I'm not sure why, but we were like, hey, let's see what's in there. And I bought this paddle. Oh, maybe I got that at the big expo. Yeah, I think I got that at the expo. So they had these whips, and they have like it's a leather whip with like it's a 2-part. So if you like, they sort of like clap together like as you smack or whatever.
Like the old clappers with the hands.
Yeah.
Thing you'd use
kind of an idea.
At the sports team game.
Yeah.
Thing.
So, but it also has like, so it's like just kind of like 1.5 inches wide by like, I don't know, like 1.5 feet long. And just half of it is the clappy part. And it's just like black leather, but then it's got a relief cut out of it. The SLUT. And so like you could like spank somebody and then it would be like bright red other than where the letters are. So the letters would slut would, in case you guys are having trouble spelling.
Yeah, I was going to say. You know.
Yeah. So, anyways, we got that because we thought it was super duper funny. And I don't know if we used it much or whatever, but it's been in the bottom of the...
I think you used it on me more than anything.
Yeah, because it was super hilarious.
Super funny, and let's see how much we can get the slut to stand out on your ass.
Yeah, anyways.
How many times that been said, on this podcast?
How many sluts on your ass?
How many sluts can stand up on your ass?
So many sluts on your ass.
Too many sluts.
Anyways, yeah. So that's whips or whatever. I think we had riding crops for the horses and stuff. But I've never been one to be like, let's take those to the bedroom to spank each other. But there's lots of people that do, and that's cool. I'm not a kink shamer or anything.
Oh, for sure. Have fun with it as long as everybody's consenting and nobody dies. Nobody gets hurt.
The first couple episodes of the American Horror Story, there's like bath houses and I guess it's like a club. It's not an S&M club, I don't think, or anything. But they've got like a dude in a gimp mask, so like leather mask sewn up the back with just the eyes. Maybe the mouth's open.
I think the mouth is open.
Yeah, I guess you'd probably want that.
You'd want that mouth open,
Yeah, and then he's just wearing like a basically like crisscross of belts with like a circle in the middle and buckles on the back, and I think like leather pants or something. And he keeps showing up at different moments in the.
So do you think he's like a few? Oh, you fell asleep.
Yeah, I think I only made it through like the first 2, maybe 3 episodes, and then I nodded off. But that was my fault, not the show. The show was definitely entertaining. I love that it's got the dude from. He's from Heroes. It was in Heroes too.
Zachary Quinto.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have
and
trouble
Spock.
remembering his name. Yes, he was fantastic as Spock. He's great, and he's a great actor. His character, you're like, I just want to kick him in the junk because you're pretty sure he's a bad guy, but
well, he's definitely a bad guy. Like he's definitely a creep, I would say. Or I don't know. I guess not a creep. I guess if everybody's willing.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of money, and he's like persuading young actors, because it takes place in New York. Yeah, he's persuading young actors to come and take pictures. We'll say. But then he's like, okay, now you got to take your clothes off, and now you got to. They hand him like lube and flip the stool over or something, and then they cut to a different scene, and the guy's like walking away, getting paid with a shameful look on his face. You're like, oh, I guess whatever.
Might have to put
no judgment.
We'll have to put a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
For the front of the episode.
Yeah, make sure you haven't watched that show.
Haven't watched that show before you listen to this, because the whole theory about the guy in the leather mask and everything, they call him Big Daddy. Yeah. Being like just a shadow of death and sort of benign and stuff. In episode 4, he's not benign. I'll just say that. He definitely...
Jason's spoiling my alerts here.
He takes part.
So what you got in that pipe over there, Jason?
Oh, we decided to switch it up from the old homegrown a little bit, and we went and got some Blue Dream, is what it's called.
Ooh.
Blue Dream, blue,
love Cortez, keep on smoking. Smoke on all that marijuana.
Yeah, it's good. It tastes, it's not like sweet, some are like fruity almost and stuff. It's sort of like that, but not. I don't know. It tastes like, it's called Blue Dream, but to me it tastes like purple.
Oh.
It's
not like blueberry?
Like purple drink, purple, like if you had like, drinking like purple Kool-Aid or something all day.
Like
and then the
grape?
taste in your mouth. Not quite great, but purple.
Huh.
There's a difference.
There's a distinction
like
there.
Blue, like on Sunny in Philadelphia, where he's
tastes
talking
like
about the flavor
I do
blue.
Like blue freezies. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no other taste like it, but when somebody tells you the flavor blue, you sort of know.
For a Gatorade or whatever, yeah.
You kind of know where you're coming from.
Or so crayon.
This one tastes purple, we'll say.
Or crayon.
Or crayon.
Yeah.
Well, there's all kinds of colors in the crayon
I think
rainbow.
they probably all taste the same, though. I used to like the markers that smelled nice.
Ooh.
All the different smelly ones. I was envious of the kids that had those. I was like, oh man, Mom probably knew to not get them for me because my nose would be like all different colors from just huffing the... I did like the smell of like the gas when she'd pump the gas too. So
yeah.
she was probably like, "Oh, this one likes her inhalants. Keep her out of there. She needs to save those brain cells.
Keep her away from the markers. Give her some pencil crayons only.
Yeah, I had crayons and stuff, but whatever. And ponies, and nice forest to build.
Yeah,
It's
a good balance.
Forts in and stuff.
Ooh, I like forts. Remember when we were talking about cushion forts? You guys did tree forts and stuff?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, lots of hemlock branches and sort of lean-to style. Beastie's laying there like a valley girl. He's like fully spread. He's sunning his perineum or whatever people call it.
Oh, that's what we call it these days.
I think if you're like junks at the sun.
I think we learned that actually in one of the first episodes.
That your junk's at the sun.
Tate bone.
Show your junk to the sun.
That seems like such a long time ago already. Show your junk to the sun.
I don't know where this is going, but I got the weed. It's right over here.
Show your junk to the sun. Boo, boo, boo. I love that song. Who does that?
Everybody knows that one.
Isn't that Howlin' Wolf that does that song?
Classic.
I think, show your junk to the sun.
Yeah, so we just had Halloween here yesterday. Well, by the time you guys listen to this, it'll be the day before yesterday.
Sometime.
But, I think it was sort of an all-weekend thing. People really went nuts. There was bands that played and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we didn't go. I got my days all screwed up. I thought that the day was the Sunday and the Saturday, and the day was the other day and the day.
Sometimes Jason has trouble with days.
Sometimes I got my days screwed up a little bit.
That's okay.
It's mainly anything on the weekend I get screwed up. Because
that's like your middle of your work week.
It's not technically my weekend. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I get all screwed up and be like, what day is today again?
You get watching Halloween Wars.
Ooh, Halloween Wars. I love Halloween.
Get all goofed up on that. It's a cool show. The whole, they got cake, and they got pumpkins, and then, sugar art.
Yeah.
Artist.
Sugar workist?
I don't know.
Sugar worker?
Yeah, check that show out. Anyways, and some of the new Lord of the Rings TV.
I like the Halloween Wars ones because it's like the best of all three. Like, there's pumpkin carving shows, which are good, but there's not enough of them, and then there's the sugar shows that's on the Food Network and stuff. You have all those. The
pumpkin carving show, is that the girl that was in American Pie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the band camp
flautist.
Girl. Can't remember her name now. Allison something.
She's a great host on that show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's actually really fun.
Yeah.
She's sort of perky and has fun with it and has no clue what she's talking about with the pumpkins, which is sort of fun and good. And because then they sort of have to explain to her, and then which is also explaining it to us because we don't know anything about pumpkins, right?
We're like, whoa. That's the sound of me watching that show.
What? What's a pumpkin?
We carved some pumpkins last night, I guess, as you guys know, because I was munching away on the pumpkin seeds. I just roasted them.
Maybe they didn't hear it. Maybe they'd like to hear.
Maybe they would like to hear that.
Get some ASMR.
They're pretty crunchy. They're just out of the oven.
That's an excellent crunch sound.
Thank you. I did it sideways in between my molars.
Oh, I see. For full maximum crunch noise.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah.
They project.
Yeah, I put a little bit of garlic powder on them. And
really?
Little bit of the cayenne pepper ground up. Just
okay.
Like a little of that on there.
Okay.
Because that's measurement. And a little bit of salt and a little bit of olive oil. And then just baked them at 350 for, I think it wound up being 25 minutes. It was 15 minutes and then swoosh them around on the pan and kept having to do that because I had too many on there. There's too many pumpkin seeds on the pumpkin tray. That didn't work.
That did not work at all.
Sorry. I was trying to bring it back.
You gotta try it though. You gotta, this remix.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Yeah, I just rode the recumbent for a half hour there. I've been trying to do that pretty regularly. We got a loner recumbent that we're probably going to get.
The loner.
Yeah. The loner. They said, I'll see if you use it for 2 months. So I was like, first month it was just there. And then I was like, oh shit, it's a month already. It's gone by. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and, what are you doing over there, Jason?
The cherry won't go out in the ashtray. It's like it never die.
Should we call the
Captain
fire
Never Die.
department, or?
Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Call the European Fire Department.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is that what they sound like?
That's a noise, yeah. Wee-oo, wee-oo. Meh, meh.
Oh.
Wee-oo.
I think, did you get to see that picture of Logan in the fire truck? He got to go in the fire truck this weekend.
Oh, no, yeah?
Yeah, not because he lit anything on fire, I don't think. He was just like, all the kids were allowed to check it out.
There's better ways to come and see a fire truck. You don't have to light a fire every time.
Man, growing up, marijuana was still, taboo. And people weren't supposed to be growing it. And I guess our neighbors on the little place where we lived, the neighbors had some plants or whatever, and the helicopters would like fly over. The cops would fly over when it was like the end of August and people were gonna like harvest their weed. They'd like fly over, and I guess they have like a infrared or something like that where they could tell where they were.
Yeah.
And they came to like bust one of the sets of neighbors. And it was my stepsister's birthday party. And so, yeah, they like let us all go over there. They let us all go over there and check out the helicopter.
Oh.
And yeah.
The Green Team marijuana force helicopter.
Well, I don't know. It seemed like just a regular police helicopter. And I guess like the main cops had gone over to go talk to whoever they had to go talk to or whatever. But the pilot was like still there. So we just got to go over there, and the littler kids were allowed to just go and actually sit in the helicopter. So I don't know if my little stepsister remembers that or not.
That's so great.
Yeah. I was like, I wanted to go in there, but I was like a big kid, and it was like the little kid's birthday party. So it wound up being like, yeah, we got to sit in a helicopter on our birthday. And then you don't want to tell anybody why. Oh, because the neighbors are getting busted for smoking or growing some plants.
Yeah, and then you're a narc.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, back then people didn't have cell phones or cameras on them or anything. So yeah, anyways, that was my helicopter story. Not sure how we got talking about helicopters.
I think we got talking about weed and being busted for weed.
Oh, okay.
All I think about is like...
helicopter dick.
well, maybe that.
That's all you think about?
That's all I'm thinking about now.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of the...
Tell me more.
If like...
My jaw hurts from laughing so hard, you guys. It's cramping up.
From laughing or biting pumpkin
From
seeds?
laughing. Oh my god, I'm putting that one back. Okay, go ahead. Tell me the story about the helicopter and people being busted.
Super hyped up now. It's not even a real thing.
Oh.
It's a hypothetical scenario of like if the SWAT team showed up and then, all the kids around the neighborhood just, hey, come on in, kids, and check out our tear gas grenades.
I think she was like 5 or
collars.
something. Yeah, no, it wasn't like SWAT team situation. It was just, I think local RCMP. Are you going to punch your camera there?
No shit.
Jason's trying to record it on his
Fuck's sakes.
phone. He's got like a little setup here.
Every time, the fucking iPhone storage full. So sick of that. Stupid iPhones. Quit just coming up with your own storage space. Like, I don't even do anything, and then all of a sudden it's, you're full.
You delete a bunch of pictures, and then it tells you you're more full than you were before.
Yeah,
you're like, probably because the garbage can. Did you take the garbage out? Is that something that you have to do?
I emptied the trash very extensively. I took the recycling out.
Yeah, actually, you did take the recycling down to the end of the road.
That was a real thing I was talking about.
Oh,
using
like
it as a metaphor
just
for
on
my
your
phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saying you did all the things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, they find somewhere there's
Sassy
hidden
phone.
data amongst the porn or something in there.
Something.
Something. Cookies. All those Tim Tams.
Yep, too many Tim Tams in your...
Too many Tim Tams on the dance floor.
Too many Tim Tams.
Gotta work out those Tim Tams on the dance floor. You okay over there?
I'm fine. I just sometimes I have like a puzzle ring, and sometimes I like if it feels loose, then I like move the pieces into position. Like I'd like open it up and then like twist it, and then it stays on there better. But
Okay.
it's all good. It's all good.
Is it the One Ring?
No, there's two actually. One fits into the other like a frame. Yeah, it's weird. Anyways, one ring.
That'd be awesome. One ring to defeat them all. Yeah, but can you make two?
Yeah.
That's the question.
So I like this one. I know you're doing some engraving on the inside with like a spell and an incantation, but I'm just wondering.
How much would it cost without all that extra stuff? Just all the magic, but without all the engraving.
Yeah, no.
Is there any way we can do that?
Yeah, I don't need your magic fire engraving. You can just etch it right on there. You don't have to make it like a mood ring.
Yeah, I don't need all the invisibility and the dark, horrible powers.
No.
Or anything.
I'm good.
Just a fancy ring. Just a nice elvish ring.
Yeah.
Would that be so hard to make?
Gemstone that has the light of Elendil in there. Whatever.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Any common elven
Elendil.
jeweler.
No big deal.
Elendil. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
Lord of the Rings nerditry there.
Nerds.
It was a good show, though.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I watch it too late at night and then I nod off because it's a lovely little story. But the elves have been fantastic. Is it like Gimli's grandpa or whatever?
The dwarves.
Yeah.
Or whatever, yeah. Durin.
Yeah, he's been great.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, I don't like his dad, Durin.
No, the other.
Yeah.
Prince Durin, not King. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I looked up the actor. He's pretty awesome. He's a Welsh, British type actor.
Well,
Didn't do too much else, but yeah, he's really, I like him in there.
Fantastic.
He does a really good job.
Yeah, really good cast.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like it's all about the rings and Sauron, and I don't want to give too much away just in case people haven't watched it.
Just in case people haven't read Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
or any
thousands of people probably haven't read it.
Oh, really?
Oh, for sure.
Well, and I guess this is like from the Silmarillion. This is from
definitely that's some deep nerditry.
Pre-la-la-la-wing. That's how my friend back in like 2000, Wanda, her little guy was like 2.5, and Lord of the Rings was like super popular, just come out like with the movies. And so we were watching them all the time. And he'd be like, "Can we watch La 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 Wing?" So I still say it like that. The kid's got to be in, 22 or something now. Yeah.
Maybe he actually still says it.
Hey, Jordan, if you're out there. Jordan and Aiden.
La 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 Rings. La 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 Rings.
La 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 Wing.
There you go.
La 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 Wings.
I just has a speech impediment. And,
maybe.
It's just sad now.
They were into sports. Sporty kids.
There you go. Had his teeth knocked out in football. Boxing.
I think it was like hockey.
Ballet or something. Hockey? Hacky?
The good old hockey game.
Shooting the puck in the old hockey game?
Yeah.
I think people out there like hockey. I think hockey's on right now, but I don't really pay attention to that shit. So.
Like right now, should we go?
No. There's not like a game on.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, there might be on TV.
Probably is. I don't pay attention to hockey.
I'm not going on the ferry to...
Yeah. I'm not going on the ferry to wherever hockey makes hockey happen.
Wherever sports hockey is happening right now in the
hockey was huge in the town you grew up in. Holy hell.
Yeah.
I remember having to go into the change room when like there was nobody else there. I think we had to go in. We like cut through there to go in through the Omniplex for something because you were going to do like a reporter situation thing, news talk thing for something you were working on, and you're like, "Here, we'll cut through here," and it was like just the funk of a locker room.
So gross.
I could not get that smell out of my nose for like a really, really long time, and then because I knew how pungent and powerful that smell is. I'd worked out at the Omniplex too, so I'd go back there and like just knowing that smells down there is like you could tell. It was like you just start to smell it when you pull into the driveway.
Down to the funk zone.
Into the parking lot. Yeah, I was like, ugh.
You smell pulling into the driveway. That's great.
Whatever it's called, parking lot.
It was pretty brutal, though, where it was, like, sealed and trapped in. Because as soon as you open the door, you'd just, like, fall.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped doing interviews with the coach in the locker room.
Yeah.
I'd, like, hang out till the end of the game and everything, and then go do an interview. It's just, like, fucking, it was so brutal. You couldn't even, like, hold your breath long enough.
I don't know if, like, they just, like, didn't have people to clean, or if, like, people don't clean their shit for, like...
Yeah.
50 years, and they hang up their old dirty jock straps, and their wives are like, you leave that shit there, don't bring that home. And then it just funks up the joint. What were they, the Thunder?
Thunder, yeah.
Drayton Valley Thunder. Yeah, and then I'd be on the treadmill or whatever at the gym, and you could, like, it looked down onto the rink. Onto one of the rinks.
Yeah, that was cool. That was kind of neat, actually.
It wasn't for me. I mean, I just put the Weather Channel on and watch storms or learn about stuff. Yeah, people didn't really like it when I was at the gym and got there before them, because I'd put the Weather Channel on, and they're like, go to a hotel, lady, if you want to watch the Weather Channel. But I liked it, because they did like all the little stories from all over the place. And,
yeah, hey?
Yeah.
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 I was going to say, there might be like I bet there's like a unwritten competition of the funkiest dressing room, hockey dressing room.
Probably.
You know, something along those lines. And they give out awards and everything for grossest.
Oh, grossest.
Yeah.
Grossest ball sweats.
I always said, too, that like,
stinky smells.
They show up for games in like full suits and ties and everything.
You gotta be dressed to the
And
tits.
I just always love the comparison of just the gross ass funk in the hockey, in the dressing room, everything compared to the suits and ties.
The angst. Oh, no, thank you.
Just the nervousness of, coach is going to put me in a second string if I don't do good and shoot all my shots and hit all my sticks and
gotta make
board all my boards.
Wear this garbage bag and run on the treadmill to get me to weights
brutal.
or something.
That's boxing.
Oh, okay, that's different sports.
That's a whole nother funness. Ugh.
No, probably doesn't smell very good either, the boxing.
Yeah, you just throw that
what
bag
do you
away.
Like the
after.
stinkiest sport?
I
think hockey might be the stinkiest, one of the stinkiest.
Definitely, because all their gear is really thick.
Yeah, because they got to stay warm enough.
Soaks in the grossness. And they play for a long time out on the ice, and although it's cold.
Yeah, soccer shorts, you just throw them right in the wash. You're good to go.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
But hockey gear, it's like all that padding, and football gear is probably funky too.
There's probably like a couple that we're not thinking of, like bowling, or something.
Well, they do
like shoes
in the shoes all the time.
Yeah, but what about like a private bowler who has his own shoes and
he probably has private spray?
Exactly, because you don't rent your hockey pads when you go, like that. That'd be kind of crazy. But maybe. This crunch brought to you by.
Oh my god, I'm laughing.
They look delicious. And
they're so tempting.
They sound delicious, but I'm so scared they're going to just destroy my teeth.
Yeah, your teeth have been...
They'll be okay. The problem is I got to be so careful and timid with eating them.
Yeah,
you have to get, I don't hurt myself. Bits. That it's just like, yay, this is fun. Just little tiny rabbit bites on everything.
Yeah, you'd rather just scarf down a Cool Ranch Dorito bag.
Well, at least I know how to eat those. They're triangle shaped and,
pretty even texture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just turn into mush eventually.
Your man chow.
Yeah. Yeah,
man flakes.
Husband chow.
Yeah, just shake it out in your bowl.
Frosted man flakes.
Mmm.
They're edible.
They're already prepared.
Yeah. They're convenient. Awesome. We're not going to say they're great.
Yeah, or they're good for you.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're pretty decent.
That's a great slogan. I love that.
I mean, did you have another bowl there?
I did, actually.
Did you?
Good call.
Did you want me to smoke that?
Yeah, would you do that for us? And sacrifice yourself there for the good of the podcast?
I'll try. Dry my mouth out a little bit.
Self-sacrifice podcast. There's probably a couple out there actually like that.
Oh, yeah?
Religious or non-religious or positivity, wellness, crap.
Seems like the weed's sort of flowery tasting, but like in a good way.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Like bright with like a little bit of a sparkly sharpness to it. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Ooh, I like that one. Sparkly sharpness.
Like it's like...
Sparkle sharp.
Yeah.
Or sharply sparkle.
It's like
sparkness.
Effervescent.
Oh.
Kind of.
Nice word. I'm sure.
And then I burped just to follow up that.
Just to show how
I
effervescent.
I know big words, burp.
We like to keep it classy here on the Keeping it classy podcast.
Keeping it real. Maybe a bit too real.
Too much class on the dance floor. Way too much class. You gotta follow that up with a crunch.
That was a fake one, in case you guys couldn't tell.
I thought maybe you were choking or something.
Oh, no, I was just trying to do that.
All the torment and the pain. Sorry, I've been listening to Slipknot. I've been listening to a lot of Slipknot lately while I've been doing my writing, so I've been like... Started a couple songs stuck in my head.
Glad you wear headphones.
I was walking around the store just belting it out the other day. Didn't really... I mean, I realized, but... didn't really care, I guess would be the better word, What
was the one where you were, like, chopping wood at our place? Who were you listening to? And then you realized that you were, like, saying the lyrics out loud, and it was like...
Oh, that was walking down the street?
Oh, the something!
Oh, yeah, I don't even want to say the words on here.
No, but like, what was the band?
It's a Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, they got great stuff, but the one song, it was, like, kind of cheeky, and he had his headphones
I can't remember the name of the song. It's the newest album. I think the song's called Space Program. That's one of the songs, but I can't remember. But yeah, it basically talks about, like, getting all the black people out, and then getting all the Mexicans out, and getting all the poor people out. And
out of poverty, or, like, something like that? It's not like it's being taken out of context?
That's the current agenda of the political state, is to get all those people out, get them back to their own country, and, and that kind of deal.
Terrible, but...
And I think it even talks about gay people and stuff, too. It's basically like, get them away from us. We don't want that kind of deal.
That was what
it's all,
they're just exposing the agenda that's there.
Yeah.
But because you were singing it out loud, somebody walking by or whatever, not knowing what the song is about, would have been just like, whoa, this dude's racist.
I didn't realize until after.
Because the motel was just up the road from where we lived there, and people would, like, walk down the road to, like, sort of see the horses or go to the lake or whatever, and they'd just be walking by, and it was like his new favorite song. Yeah, it was sort of political and stuff. Are you typing in now?
I'm going to look it up here real quick.
He's looking it up. Do, 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 do.
Okay, I could say it, actually. I can say it on here. It's not that bad. I mean, it's bad.
It's bad. But in the context lyrics, is that the government's trying to...
Yeah. So it says, all you black folks, you must go. All you Mexicans, you must go. And all you poor folks, you must go. Muslims and gays, boy, we hate your ways. So all you bad folks, you must go. And then, but that's literally what they're just basically talking about the current. And it was talking about Trump and everything. They got a few songs all about Trump and everything on that new album and stuff. But yeah, so me singing that all you blacks and all you Mexicans, you must go, just belting it out on a very peaceful, whatever word you want to use, woke kind of place.
Hippy-dippy?
Yeah, exactly. People that are not cool with that kind of shit. And I'm not very cool with that kind of shit. You just realize I was like, oh, whoops. I'd taken out of context, that could be really bad.
He's singing his heart out because he really likes the song and it's political. But yeah, if you're walking in on that part, you're like, record scratch. Thought I knew this dude.
Well, if you know me, you know I like my political songs that are hard hitting and awesome and stuff like Rage Against the Machine and Anti-Flag and stuff like that is pretty awesome, But not necessarily when you're walking down the main street and where everybody can hear you and you're just belting it out as loud as you can go. Not the best plan, probably. But, it's fun all the same. Awkward.
You didn't get confronted by anybody walking by?
Just torches and pitchforks and, yeah, you get out of here, you damn racist. Yeah. Get ran out of town by the non-racists.
That's as it should be.
Oh, that'd be a change.
Yeah.
It's usually the other way around, right? Racists kicking everybody out of their town. Off my property. Go back to your own country. That whole thing.
Do you know how we were talking about smell? It just reminded me. I was watching this program, and they were talking about how, sometimes you can smell something and then you get used to it, like, say, perfume or something like that, or maybe for some people, BO or whatever, and you sort of get used to the smell. Well, what's actually happening is you only have so many, like, cell receptors, like these little, like, pockets in your olfactory system or whatever.
Your Timothy olfactory?
Yeah. Oh, I have to go be alone now. Think about that.
You don't have to. I can watch.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Beep, beep.
That's what it takes because I'm older now. Oh, man. Yeah. So anyways, this program was saying that those like olfactory senses sort of get like these, they get like clogged. Like the smell, like a little fluffy smell ball is like, you know, coming up your nose when you breathe in. And then those little like it's basically like, think of a fluffy ball goes into the olfactory little receptor. And then after a while you get used to the smell. So somebody can like put on their spray of perfume and then go about their day and come home after work and put on another spray or 5 of perfume or whatever. And then they go out for the night and, you know, and then maybe they smoke a joint in their car or something. So they put some more perfume on or whatever. Or, you know, people that smoke, you get used to like, you get used to the smell and it's up your nose. And so you actually can't smell it anymore. So, like, we were talking about horror people.
Is that why, like, old ladies really smell of perfume all the time? Because their cells are old, too?
Well, I don't know if that makes a difference, too, but you get used to smells. So, like, you know, we all know that one person that maybe has a lot of BO and maybe doesn't realize it, or bad breath, or maybe smokes but doesn't really think that they smell. Or whatever, you know, but it was neat. They were saying you can use coffee to kind of dislodge that. So if you smell ground coffee and stuff like that, it's supposed to help. That's why they give you the little dish of the coffee beans in between. Like if you go to the like department store and they're like, here's the perfume counter, and you got like 30 different kinds you want to try, they get you to smell the coffee beans in between. You're not supposed to eat them. You don't just like
just crunch them. You know,
can you imagine? Just go in there and then just be like, oh, I'd like to smell this one. And they spray it on the paper and you're like, yeah, that's nice. And then they hand you the coffee beans and you're like, yeah, that's really helping.
Oh, my palate's totally cleansed. Thank you.
Just totally. Oh, my God.
And you're just fucking wired by the end.
Oh, yeah. And
4 cents later.
And a lot of coffee all in your teeth that's been, like, sneezed on by everybody that's walked past it since they opened the store and put coffee beans in there.
What's this one? Obsession? It really smells like coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, that's this.
I was curious if, is it that they get full, or that the cells deaden over time, or that they just get used to the smell if you are like exposed to that same smell all the time.
It's you know, what they had described was that the smell is like, they're like, imagine them like little atoms or balls or whatever.
Yeah. And
they go up your nose and then they get kind of like onto those little, they're like a little suction, like a plunger shape.
Oh, yeah.
Receptor, and so then they wind up in there, and then all the other ones breathe back out, and then so that smell winds up trapped in your nose. So that's why, like, people say that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily over time, because you can clear it out by smelling something else.
Yeah,
right?
you can smell other things.
Right.
But, like, if it's yourself that's the smell.
Right. Yeah,
you don't really ever get time away from that smell. You know what I mean? So, like, it's easy for it to just always be, you know, constantly being refilled with that smell. So you get used to it, and then you're like, well, that's what everything smells like. You know, like that's what they say, murderers or whatever that keep corpses on their property and stuff. They just, like, Dahmer didn't smell it anymore because
it's probably
not
as bad, hey?
Yeah, you'd notice everything else. You might be like, oh, it's like a 4 out of 10 stink, and everybody's like gagging when they pull into the parking lot.
Corpse coffee.
Yeah.
That's all I think about it. Just even the coffee would just absorb the smell of the corpses and stuff.
Like,
so even if you just, corpse
there you
coffee.
Go. Just keep them in some coffee.
I was thinking
Why
of
aren't
like
they doing that?
What's that?
Why aren't they putting them in the coffee? Just grind her up. You know, maybe dry the stuff that we've already been using.
You're a genius.
You know, like everybody's got coffee grounds. You use them once. and then you save them, and then you
Put them in your corpse barrel.
or wherever,
Right.
you know, like a nice corpse coffin or something.
Well, that seems a little obvious.
You want a barrel, is what
you
you're
know?
saying?
Well, maybe
When
you could do
go?
like a big potted plant that just makes it look like something.
Yeah, I
in
think
your
it's. I think the.
You know,
Yeah.
like a coffin would stand out, a barrel would definitely stand out. You'd think, but maybe not.
Well, I think
You could just write "not a corpse barrel."
you need like one of
the
those
side.
like giant bokashi bins
Oh, there you go.
first to bust it up and break it down a bit more first.
Get the Lumi, like that recycle thing,
Yeah,
composter thing.
exactly. You know, because I think you could put like fish and whatever in there. So
That's
you
great.
just maybe have to like get a ninja Cuisinart, you know,
The Willet
slice
blend.
and dicer. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Blendtec
and then you
blender.
just Blendtec and
Yeah.
some like good Ginsu knives, if that's still a thing, or some Hattori Hanso steel.
We're gonna have to look that up too.
Hattori Hanso steel.
No, Ginsu. If a Ginsu dies, are still a
Ginsu's
thing.
still around. You guys
know?
remember
Yeah.
Ginsu? All those commercials. They'd throw like a tomato in the air and like slice it, and then like just an empty can. I always wanted to know, could they cut through a full can? Like if you've got like, you know, start out with some of those mandarin oranges in a can, or like a little thing of olives, and be like, oh, can it throw this in the air and cut through it? And then like a can of maybe mushroom soup, or
Nuts and bolts.
a can of nuts and bolts.
Well, thinking of something or like cement.
Oh, I'm like, those usually come in a bag.
No, as soon as I said it,
You
I
can
was
tell
like,
by the look in my eyes. I was like, oh, right,
I was
nuts
like,
and bolts.
not bits and bites, you know, that kind
Yeah,
of nuts
because
and
they
bolts.
were like
but, yeah.
Cheerios and
Yeah.
Shreddies and pretzels or something, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
those are
not
good.
those. I meant
I
like
haven't had those in decades.
a thing of screws or something that's really hard to cut through.
Okay, yeah,
You
that's not Ginsu. What was that? Was that the next knife company?
Yeah, that was like the Ronco guy,
Yeah.
Ron Popeil, Ronco knives or whatever it was, and yeah, where they could just cut just perfect slices of tomato.
Paper thin tomato, because everybody wants to eat that.
It's so fun.
What the frick are you using that for?
It is a good tell, though.
Yeah.
You know, as a knife maker, I know
Yeah.
that's a good one. If
Cutting
you
a
can do
tomato.
that after you hack through like a can or something, if it can still
After?
do that.
Oh, okay.
That was the thing.
Right.
Was
Because
not
then you know the
any knife
steel's
can just cut a
decent.
tomato sharp. You know.
Well, if you
Let-
sharpen the knife, there's lots of
Yeah, yeah.
lots that suck it.
Yeah, any
Tomatoes.
decent knife, I should say. You know, nobody cares.
I
Is that
squished
right?
lots of tomatoes over the years before I realized if you give it a little sharpener up right before you do a tomato.
Not just for fun. You were pissed off at tomatoes and you're like, smash,
Crush.
smush tomato.
No, I don't think I've ever been so.
Tomato angry?
No, I was gonna say wealthy in tomatoes to do that. I've
just
always been too
smash.
Scots to. I'm like Scottish. I'm like, well, I gotta save every little bit.
That's like when they always show them throwing vegetables way back in the day in the medieval
Yeah.
days and stuff. Like, no fucking way would
No,
that ever happen.
no, they might have thrown the compost
Yeah,
from the
that's-
vegetables.
But what's the one we
Mind
just
you,
saw
maybe
that?
they were eating those carrot tops still. I didn't know you could eat carrot tops.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I like fed them to the horse before.
Especially now
but...
he's all jacked up on steroids.
Oh
I bet he'd
my
be delicious.
god!
You'd have to
Get out
sift all the
the-
props through your teeth.
Yeah,
you
run
know?
it through the blender.
Yeah.
Shave him down first. Is he shaved now, or does he still have giant orange hair?
No, he's still got the giant orange hair. Well, that's part of his whole
That's
thing.
his trademark.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
how people know it's him.
I think he just got beefed up so people didn't pick on him anymore.
He was in Las Vegas,
That's my
right?
guess. Yeah,
he moved
still
to
is.
Vegas. Yeah,
He's got like a whole show there and everything now, and apparently people like prop comedy still.
yeah. Why not?
I don't know. I guess if you're in Vegas, you
I
had
liked Carrot Top. I
an
think.
extra $4 to spend. Go
Yeah.
see Carrot Top.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I think he'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be good.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was always funny back in the day. Even the prop stuff was.
Oh yeah,
always
he'd come
good.
on the late night shows and just.
Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoy puns and prop comedy.
he was on. What did I just watch not too long ago? Something where he like went through his whole prop warehouse thing and everything. It was.
He has a warehouse. Oh,
it
I
was
guess
actually
you'd have
Pauly
to,
Shore.
because you're not going to throw it away after.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a whole
Right.
storage space, and it was huge. It was really big, and yeah, he's just going through like stuff from 10, 20 years ago, and oh, what was this, and what's this? Pauly Shore was going through
Oh my
the warehouse
god,
with
that'd
him.
be
Yeah,
super fun to
yeah,
watch.
yeah, it was pretty neat. So they were just going through shit, and he would have to explain what it is because totally taken out of context. You know, he pulled up this toilet seat thing and everything. I can't remember what it was now, but I wasn't expected to talk about Carrot Top. You know, you just got me going on Carrot Top when you talked about your delicious compost.
It's pretty funny, the fold on your shirt. You've got like, he's got the mic has like a shadow on him right now, and the fold on his shirt really, because it's all red, the shadow looks like a big juicy dong going right towards his like chin and mouth. But because of the fold on his shirt, it like really looked like a defined head of the penis area. Yeah, anyways, it was distracting. It just looked like a big dong going towards your mouth a bunch of times while you're telling that story.
I could tell I was, weaving a delicious yarn of Carrot Top story there, and you were just lost in space or somewhere.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think you're sitting different again now, so now the light's better, but yeah, no.
Is that better? If I lean back all sexy like? Oh my god.
Oh no, that dick's coming right from my mouth. What do I do? Oh, he pulls his shirt up. Oh my
Same
god,
time,
you guys. I don't even know.
Well, American Horror Story got me going. Strap on my leather and my rhinestone leather.
Get your slut paddle out.
Grab a stick of juicy fruit. And
taste is going to move you. At least it's the taste and not the
pull
smell.
Pull it out. Isn't that how it goes? Push it in, pull it out.
I don't know.
The taste is going to move it when you put it in your mouth.
When you pop it in your mouth. Yeah. I think it's when it pops off. That's the thing.
Oh, it pops off in your mouth. A juicy fruit is going to move you.
A juicy soft. It gets right to you. The juicy fruit. The taste is going to move you. Are you skiing down the slopes right now? I know I am.
Doing my triple backflip with a double axle gainer.
This is a sow cow?
It's a triple sow cow.
No, wait, that's skating.
Is that a drink?
That's a different one. It
sow
probably
cow?
is.
That's brown cow.
You going for drinks?
Going for drinks? I forgot I was going to offer you a Radler if you wanted a Radler for this one, but we'll have to save it for the next one.
We could do a cheers to Brenda.
Big time drinkers. Yay, Mom!
Cheers
Hi, Brenda.
to Brenda.
Yay.
Jason's mom.
Love you, Mom. Miss you. Love you. You're awesome.
Yep, 5 years today since she passed.
Fucking cancer.
Yeah. Well, yes, it'll be yesterday for you guys or whatever, but...
Yeah, technically. Yeah.
So, weird question out of the blue.
Okay.
Do you... Does, she visit you in your dreams or anything?
It's happened a couple times.
No way.
I don't know about visit, but definitely, she's just been there.
Seen her. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
It'd be like a big family thing or something maybe and
That's
stuff.
Cool.
But, yeah.
Feel her presence.
I definitely get and I don't know whatever you want to call it, but there's definitely sometimes there's sparks where I'll see just a weird spark that really shouldn't be there. It's just
stuff lighting on fire?
Dirt, or it's the salal leaves or something. No, it's just a tiny little lightning bug spark, and we don't have lightning bugs here.
Right.
And then the odd time it actually happened yesterday, which is weird. It was the day before she died.
Yeah.
I guess. And so I was sitting right there looking at the TV and everything, and then I would have sworn that somebody struck a light or whatever right above my head.
Oh, wild.
And because the lamp is there, I thought that was it. And I looked over and the lamp was off. And then when I looked over, it was there was no light or anything. And it was literally right above my head. And that's happened probably, I'm going to say a good 30 times.
Wow.
So, give or take, where there shouldn't really have been any kind of, where'd the light come from? It wasn't sunny, anything like that, So, yeah.
And you feel like that's your mom?
Yeah, because it didn't necessarily happen before or
cool.
anything, And I remember after my granddad died, that there was times where I had World War II dreams.
Oh, wow.
A few times and stuff, and they were really real and super vivid. And I was always curious if was that something that he went through, or was that something I if there's such a thing as past lives?
Yeah.
I think that I was a maybe soldier in World War II or something, because I know as soon as I see anything of World War II or any kind of not like Saving Private Ryan, but the real footage that they showed with the real soldiers of Saving Private Ryan, I tear up instantly. I just buckle where it's and I get such a
visceral reaction to it.
It's just and
Holy smokes,
even,
I thought you
even
liked
before
those kind
I
of
know what
movies
they're
and stuff.
talking about and stuff, I really do.
Yeah, more to learn about it, but it's
I like the action of it, and and even the acting. Saving Private Ryan's awesome.
Good stories.
It's a great movie. Yeah, a lot of the stuff where you see documentaries and interviews and stuff, and I'll still watch it and I'll get into it, but I'm maybe 2 seconds in and I just get the craziest, like, heart-sunken feeling that, like, not like, oh, that's my brother or anything like that, but just like, oh, I feel that, you know, and so I don't know whether I just, in a past life, I actually went through it and felt it, or
super strong empathy.
Or super empathy, you know, I'm definitely an empathetic kind of person, right? So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, getting back to dead stuff, but yeah, I remember a couple dreams, but what about you?
I'm not much of a war person. I was just going to say, though, when I was a kid, I used to get nightmares, and the one nightmare I would have over and over again was that there was a tank at the property at my mom and dad's place, and there would be a tank, and my brother and I would be like trying to get away,
like an army tank, like
yeah. And my brother and I would be trying to get away and trying to go and hide, and there was like a weird little pump house shed out beside our barn, just at the edge of our property, and in my dream we would always kind of wind up there and like hunkering down, and then I would wake up, and it was like, it scared the shit out of me, and it was like one of the only scary dreams that I remembered, and my brother was with me, and it happened, like, I got that dream like well into my teens until I learned that you could tell yourself, like, hey, you don't have to dream that anymore, and whatever you're trying to, you know, like maybe telling the universe that whatever it is that you're trying to send me in this message, I'm, you know, it's just causing me fear and stress, and please don't, you know, make me see this again or whatever.
Right.
But, you know, like, I wonder now if possibly that's like a past life thing too or something, because it was like it's the same one every time, and I don't get it anymore. I haven't had it in 30 years probably, but
I wonder if I know like other things like that I've read where like it's been like a bulldozer or something like that, and don't quote me on this, but I can't remember exactly what it is, but it was always something like the shoe's gonna drop or whatever the word is, like there's always
waiting for the bad thing to happen.
Something like that. There, you know, I don't know for sure. I might look that up, you know, whatever. But I remember something like that. Just thinking, and then maybe, you know, a bit of a past life tank kind of thing, and interlacing.
Yeah, my brother was always really into like war stuff and, you know, like G.I. Joes and all of that stuff, and my mom wasn't into us having guns or playing gun stuff. She was just like, they're not toys, like, I'd rather you didn't, you know, pretend with those, because then if you get around, like, they're serious business.
Yeah.
You know? But I had a psychic tell me that I had many, 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 many lives, and the reason I had come back was to help my brother, and that we'd known each other in previous lives too, and that I'd always been a man. Every other life, I've always been a man.
Oh, crazy.
So, which explains, I think, why I have really big boobs.
You're like, that was you telling, in this next life, you know?
I want 38 M's.
Wait, I get to be a chick now? Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Bigger.
All the other stuff you can go through, whatever.
Just bigger. Enhance.
Bigger boobs. Bigger boobs. No, bigger. A bit bigger. They're like, they're going to be heavy. I was like, I don't even care. Look at them.
Look at them. Look at those
Jason's
boobs.
going to love these. Yeah, I sometimes, after my dad passed away, I was kind of sad that I didn't really have any dreams about him or anything for a long time, and I really, really hurt about that, because after my mom had passed away, I definitely felt like I felt her presence. Like, after she had passed, I felt her with me more than I ever had. Like, I mean, my mom was solid and with me my whole life, but like we were really good friends and mother and daughter, you know, like I always felt that her and like her mom, my grandma Jean, who I never got to meet and that I got named after, like I always felt like they were there, and if I was having issues or whatever, I felt like I could like draw on their strength. And my dad, because I think I grew up with my mom, I didn't have as deep a connection. Like my dad and I like really got along really, really well. Didn't matter how much time had gone past. I always felt really loved and cared for, and you know, like we could laugh and have a great time. But it was weird when my dad died. I didn't really feel like he like I didn't, you know, see him or whatever. Like, I definitely saw lots of dudes that had the flannel shirt, that had the ball cap, that had the glasses, and their hair was kind of the similar. And I was just like, I saw a lot of, like, faux bobs out and about for, like, that year and the next year.
And maybe it was the universe saying, like, you don't need hints from anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because you get them
he's here,
when you're walking around and you get to see it.
And of course, every time I do anything to do with firewood or lawn maintenance or yard maintenance or, you know.
Anything to do with small engine repair.
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Because I guess after my mom and dad split up, dad put ketchup on everything because he loved it. And, so it was just kind of funny. I was like, ketchup, yep. Just every time I see it, it reminds me of Dad.
And the extra fork, grabbing the extra fork, bobbing the fork.
So there's lots of. I think about Dad all the time, but I guess about 6 months ago or so, I had a dream about. I was working in a grocery store, and I'd worked on the island here at the store for a while. So I was like, in my dream, I was like trying to fill up the apple bin and get the apples ready for, you know, for the end of my shift. And, like, my mom was in the back, and she was like, so I guess maybe that was kind of like Bertha, because Bertha's like a mom to our whole community. So I kind of felt like maybe that's part of that. And my dad, I could see him. He was up, and, like, this is my dream, up at the register, and he's like chit-chatting with whoever's up working the till, and he's like standing at the end of the till, and like my niece Rihanna was with him, and they like had, you know, a few things in a cart, and I was like, yep, I'll meet you guys up there or out there. I don't know if I was, you know, finishing up my shift and gonna get a ride home with them or whatever, but I would see him across the store, and so I kept having this dream. And I would see Dad up at the till, and we never talked, and there was never any, like, here is the message I need to give you from the other side.
No shining light coming down from above or anything.
No, or like, I'm mad at you and hold a grudge, or, you know, whatever. Yeah. There was never any of that. It was like, he'd just see me across, you know, and you know, like, give you acknowledgement and a little wave or whatever.
Where'd you put my favorite hammer?
Yeah. Use 2 forks. Yeah.
10W40's better.
Yeah, so I do occasionally have dreams with Dad now, and it's generally me working, you know, at the store or in the store, or and it just sort of looks like maybe like a Thrifty Foods or something like that, and I'm just like topping up the apple display because it's like the big triangle style display, and just trying to hustle up to get ready to get a ride home with those guys. And I never finish the apple thing, and it's you know, it's always just a nice.
That's good. Yeah.
It's nice to see them. You know,
that's
and it's like, I don't feel like there's anything left unsaid with us or anything, and feels like he's happy and comfortable, and yeah, I don't know. We had one of our potties message and ask if we ever have like communication from the other side or whatever, and I feel like,
oh right, that's right, that's what I wasn't sure where you got that.
Stacey had asked, so. She said, or is it just me?
I think it's everybody. Yeah. You know, and I don't, you know, whatever you want to think about it. And
Beastie's sniffing the thing. He's sitting on me. He's here.
Oh, he keeps going away from the mic every time I pull a picture.
It's because I was petting him. He likes the petting. Here, I could do this. I'll just hold it up for him.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like the fish and chips from the Burger Barn today? Beastie? He's upset because he didn't actually get to have the chips, you guys. He only got to have a little bit of the fish.
He didn't get enough of the fish.
Yeah.
He's pissed off now.
He's like, is it open right now? Could you go get me some more?
Where's my damn fish, woman?
Yeah, it was delicious, you guys.
He got some beef burger.
And he had a little bit of beef burger, too. And he knows his fresh bag of cat chow is here. Shout out to Lane 8 Delivery.
Yay!
And Dogwood Pet Mart.
Oh, yeah, they're also awesome.
Yeah. We got Fat Tub of Crickets.
Fat Tub of Crickets, that's great. That's my new band name.
That's Jason's.
Fat Tub of Crickets.
Jason's Swami Tsunami likes to eat crickets. So, yeah, so we got some stocked up on some pet stuff because you guys care about that, right? Does anybody have pets?
People care about that?
Do you guys have pets? Hey, you guys, actually, we signed up for Instagram and
we signed up for something?
Facebook, I think.
Oh, I think you got me scared there.
So Jason's all like, what's going on?
You know?
No, I just did that one time.
Yeah, it's official.
Yeah, you guys, so if you want to reach out to us and tell us about, like, your kitty, like, if you have pets, do you have, like, a nice kitty? Does it like fish?
Does it like, do I have Tubi?
Do I have Tubi? Or if you want to tell us about your visitation from the other side sort of stuff, spiritual stuff.
Pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Really, anything that's on your mind if you want to bullshit about it.
Or what are you doing? You're folding up. He's folding up some stuff in the background. It's just clicking away. I guess he's packing up.
Sorry.
He's packing it
already
up.
packing some stuff up. I heard there's steak to be cooked.
Packing some heat. So. Yeah. Jason got steaks yesterday, so I prepped the other stuff.
Might have picked up a couple of big fat steaks. So it's been a while since we had steak, right? So
yeah, I don't remember the last time I had steak.
Speaking of steak, you can find us on Facebook at We Can't Pick. At We Can't Pick. Instagram is also We Can't Pick.
Yeah.
Adding We Can't Pick. And we can do an email. We haven't switched the email over yet, but it's slicedbreadstar@gmail.com.
Yeah.
In case anybody wants to send us an email or something like that doesn't necessarily fit in a Facebook message or anything like that.
Tell us your stories.
Yeah, what do you got in your mind lately? Maybe we'll talk about it next week or the week after, the week after, the week after.
Pets. Did you have a good Halloween?
Oh, that's a good one.
My God. Did you guys see that thing about the lady who put a potato in with her? Should I tell that really super quick? I'll summarize it.
You don't have to do quick.
Okay. Well, so this lady was handing out candies for trick-or-treating, and she had a potato, and she just, like, put it in the bowl, and just, like, I don't know, for funsies as a social experiment, and wound up having this potato in there, and so kids started, like, rather than taking the candy, they would take the potato, and one kid asked, like, well, do I get something if I take this potato? And she was like, yeah, a potato. And then the teens would take it and they'd be like, yay, a potato! And I guess it was like getting word on the street was getting out there that people were going all around talking about that if you go to this one house. And she's like, we didn't have decorations up or anything. We were just, she said they went through a 10-pound bag of potatoes and then they were like, oh crap, like because they were already infamous for these potatoes at that point. So they like checked through their pantry and found other types of potatoes and gave them all away. They said in the end, I think it was close to 100 potatoes or something like that they'd given away. And it was 100 full-size chocolate bars, 100 mini chocolate bars, a bunch of pencils, and
it was like 50 potatoes or something like that.
Something, yeah. Anyway,
I remember you telling me they were yelling "potato gang." There was a whole thing, or the potato gang, and we're the potato gang.
Yeah,
everybody was all psyched for their potatoes. That's so wicked.
Yeah, people were like kind of fighting over who got the potato at the end because they'd heard from the other kids down the street that if you go up there, you get a potato.
I love that because that'd be me. I mean, a full-size candy bar is pretty sweet too.
Yeah,
but especially back in the day.
Yeah,
but nowadays, I think a lot of people do the full-size candy bars kind of deal. But to see a potato in there, I'd be like, well, sweet, I'll take that potato. I have no idea why or what for yet, but I'm going to take
what's
it.
The deal that's great. These?
Yeah. And then I'd show it off to all my buddies too. Like, look, I got this potato from the house down the block. And then they'd expect to see a potato and they go there.
You'd be a good hype guy for the potatoes.
Be all up and down the street. This house has potatoes, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, she said she started out with a 10-pound bag of russets, just like as a joke, put one in there just like to think, thinking it'd be funny. And she said the reactions from the kids were really good. Like the one kid was like, okay, well, I'll take a chocolate bar, because they're like, well, do you get something special if you take the potato? And she's like, no, just the potato.
Yeah, you get a potato.
Yeah, so then he took a chocolate bar, and then the other kids were taking chocolate bars, and then he's like, sort of second guesses it and puts the chocolate bar back, and then grabs the potato. Yeah, it was super funny to read, because she had it all written out like play by play.
I'd have trouble with that too, because I'm like, I'm pretty much a nonconformist, so I definitely grabbed the potato at first, but then once it became a thing, I'd be like, hey, anybody want my potato?
Yeah, I got one of those. If you guys want, I could cut it up and you guys could each have a piece of the potato.
I just love that, like, coming home, and if they didn't have potatoes at home, the mom would just be like, well, what the fuck am I going to do with one potato? Thanks for the one potato.
Well, and I'd be scared to eat it because of all of the stuff that like people putting a razor blade in the apple or whatever, right? Like I'd be
which is all an urban legend, and stuff, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a real thing.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I can't remember what the deal was. It was like it ended up being like the dad or the uncle,
the Lick'em
or something
Pops
like that,
one,
and stuff.
The Lick'em Pops or whatever with the fizzy candy. That one was he was trying to kill his own kids and some other people. The
pixie sticks.
That's what it was.
Yeah, like crudely stapled over the pixie sticks and stuff with cyanide in them and stuff. Yeah,
and pressuring the kids to eat them
to kill his own kid and almost kill 5 other kids. I just listened to that true crime story.
Yeah,
the Candyman.
Yeah. So I'd be a little cautious about the potatoes. But, I mean, super funny. They did just have the 10-pound bag for $1.98 at Superstore.
And that was always the thing, too. Like, we had popcorn balls from Grandma, and I think, like, candy or caramel apples from, like, a certain aunt or uncle. And then that was it.
Yeah.
I think it was like no, don't eat anything.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't have anything homemade unless you, ate it at school or...
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, got it from a family member.
Yeah, some trusted thing or whatever. And,
you don't want people drugging up your kids.
Yeah, well, maybe you do now.
Maybe if they got a cold and
dope
they
them
got
up
some
a little bit.
NyQuil or something.
The neighborhood ruffians. Just add NyQuil there.
Oh.
Yeah. NyQuil drops. There you go.
Drops for their eyes? Is that how you put it in? I don't know. I'm not a parent. I'm not sure.
That's how you do it. Straight to the eyeballs.
I don't know. Halloween. Hope you guys all had a great ween.
For sure.
If you guys had any kind of crazy Halloween situation stories, feel free to share them.
Well, even non-crazy ones. We'll take just normal Halloween
just
stories.
Like mediocre ones that you feel like writing down.
Even just crappy stories. Really shitty, boring stories. We'll take them. We'll take anything.
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
desperate
Reach
for
out.
Halloween stories.
Jason's so desperate.
I'm a slut for those Halloween stories, according to the paddle.
And I gotta make my spit screen for next time. Sorry, guys.
It turns out I was a little breathy in the last one. I got a little excited about telling my alien story, I think. So I got a little breathy at the end.
It wasn't even creepy at all until 4 minutes of it, and then I was like, oh.
Once you sort of really kicked in.
I just thought maybe you were doing a Halloween thing.
No. I was just out of breath.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Asthmatic weed smoker.
You were jogging up and down.
That's my other new band name.
Asthmatic weed smoker.
We are asthmatic weed smoker. Because it's got to be a British.
Because they're British.
Yeah, a British. Atlantic. Oh, what did I say? I forgot the name already. Asthmatic weed smoker.
What's the show with Nadja, the lady who plays Nadja?
Oh, Ellie and Natasha.
Ellie and Natasha?
Yeah. On BBC.
We've been watching that one. That one's pretty funny, too.
It's on BBC, but yeah.
I think it's on BBC. You check it out.
I think everything British has to be on BBC now.
It's pretty
BBC
silly.
BBC 7, I think, or something. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a skit show.
The same lady that plays Nadja in What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on there. And it's really funny. It's a skit show.
Funny.
I like it.
It's too much.
I like the moms with the camel toe.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the cook, the restaurant, or not the restaurant, the kitchen
moms. I like
moms.
the nails salon. And for $10 extra, we wax your pussy.
Yeah. Take 10 minutes, clean your pussy up. Love that. That's so great.
And they just do it with the driest delivery ever.
Internet nails.
Yeah. This is internet nails and then internet gym. They do internet gyms really good, you guys. You should check that out. Okay?
All right, speaking of internet
we better wrap this up.
I'm Internet Jason.
I got to get back to the kitchen. Jason's nips are popping out. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Nips
Lord Jesus.
Steaks are going on the steak cooker.
Mistake.
Just don't make any mistakes with the steaks. People,
Don't mistake
too many steaks on the dance floor. Too many steaks.
Wrapping it up in a nice little bow. I really hope you liked all of our stories. We don't really have an outro yet. We hope we didn't cause too many bories. That's when you get bored and you're like, fuck this, and you space out and you look over there. You don't want to quit listening 'cause you love us and you're putting up with our shenanigans.